Another car just got dropped off. Got an S14. Looks like he already knows what's up with the thing. Let's check it out real quick. What is up, Side Fam? Welcome back to the channel. I got a video for you guys. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alrighty, guys. So we got the S14 here. Let me go ahead and kind of jump into what's going on. We got the trunk with the battery location, a bunch of parts everywhere. As far as the interior goes, we have pretty much the ignition's been cut off, as we can kind of see here. And I mean, everything's kind of everywhere. The car is honestly an absolute mess. So what we're gonna do right now is I've already kind of bridged everything together to get it going. This is what's going on in the engine bay. I've actually gone ahead and already bought new plugs for the car. So that's fine. As far as over here, what it is I've already gone ahead and moved the battery back to the front, just some vice grips and stuff, pulled the intake off. I've already went and pulled the plugs out because the plugs were absolutely just disgusting. You can see them over there. Check timing. Timing is on. I'm going to go ahead and open up the ECU real quick because the car does crank kind of funny, as if we have like a hydrolock injector or something. The car cranks really weird. So I'm going to change the plugs just to see, make sure we get enough spark. I do have a master flow sensor that I believe is the correct year for this car that we're going to try to get onto and just see what happens. So let me get the plugs changed out real quick and let's kind of do some diagnosis work. Let's go. Alrighty, so this is the 1UZ ECU. There's no mobilizer on this, obviously. It's similar to like the 1JZ pinout for like a SOAR. I've already gone ahead and pulled the bolts out of this. Give me 1 second to kind of get my finger in here. I've already gone ahead as well and looked in here to see if we have any bad resistors or anything burned. I don't see anything burned or damaged. It does take a little bit of time to kind of go through everything. But it was a thing back in the day when basically with the JZ stuff, knowing Toyota, that the resistors leak and then you start to get weird stuff like injectors starting to stay stuck open or just weird stuff. So I've already opened it. It doesn't look bad. I'm going to plug this back in and try to fire her up and just see what she does again. Maybe we can get it on video. All right, well, we got fuel pump going. So let me just leave this in here for reference of what it sounds like. And we'll go to get it started right now. Make sure we're not in gear. We are in neutral. And let's go. We did get a fire up. I don't know, it's cranked better this time than it has before, but you can hear how it stops. Very weird. So I guess what we'll do real quick is we should probably test and see that each cylinder's firing. I've already kind of had and double checked all of the actual firing order for everything and checked timing, and timing's been okay. So give me another second. I'm gonna just double check again, kind of see where we are and what's going on. I mean, it almost seems like the firing order is odd. Obviously this is driven by cam sensors. You can see here, you have one cam sensor on this side, which means obviously you can't really mix that up because you can't plug it in on that side. This one usually goes underneath here. It is plugged in on this side. So, I mean, cam sensor wise, we are getting something. It did fire up. Mind you, a lot of this may be because of the MAF and because of everything else. You kind of see a lot of stuff going on, like it's almost backfiring up the intake. So give me a second. Let me double check a little bit of the wiring and we'll go to the next step. All right, so first issue I found is we have broken connectors on the coil. And not to mention this, but he has power directly bridged in instead of having it bridged through the harness to go ahead and power up the igniter and all the accessories. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that wire first and get these wires are now disconnected, so we're not going to be jumping power in and bridging the MAF to the igniter, which might be part of the reason why it's not running. Also, it could be the wrong igniter. I'm not sure. I've never seen these CDH whatever ones. I think it might run a 201 from what I remember. So I don't know where he got those. Hopefully they came with the motor. Looking at the wiring on this, we have a bunch of like messed up wires, dude. Like just kind of a mess. The wire colors do match, but they're just, I don't know if they're just taped together or they're soldered together. I don't really know. I also don't really know much about the harness not being in OEM condition, so I'm gonna probably have to go through these later. This is probably gonna be a problem. I think all he's done here is just bridge in the power, so I'm gonna assume that circuit's probably still okay. The other thing I'm not sure about on this chassis is over here. This is usually a main plug, which is kind of built into the harness. So I'm gonna go and cut this open and also figure out what's missing here or what might need to be powered up here, because I have a feeling this is part of the thing too. So let's go ahead and get into that right now. All right, so I'm here with the 1UZ again. I just got the brand new ECU in stock. We're gonna go ahead and plug this in and get her all kind of linked back up again and just give it a whirl. I mean, I've already checked pretty much everything we can do on this, so let's kind of just see if hopefully she fires up and runs. Check it out. Alrighty guys, so we had some progress on this thing. I did get it running. I'll show you guys in a little bit and kind of clean everything up. What we're going to be doing is, mind you, there's no hood latch in this thing. Let me put these razor blades down actually, because I don't really want to be holding all this stuff and tell you what we're going to be doing. So customer just gave me the green light yesterday about what needs to get done. We did go ahead and provide a mass airflow sensor. We do need to get in here and, you know, basically resolder and shrink wrap all these wires that are all fucked up and been stripped down and messed up. I may have a connector for him for the MAF that needs to get replaced. You know, we got fluid in the radiator, oils are good. We got gasoline in it now. We already went ahead and did that the last time. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten up all this stuff, get this fuse box over here. I was going to move it back to where it's supposed to be because it has been cut and extended. You can see on the wiring harness down there, it's just been cut and retaped and kind of honestly disgusting. But as far as the MAF being on this side and the room that we need, you know, we're going to need that for an air filter. So we're going to go ahead and clean all this up, fasten everything up, put some screws and some fasteners in there, get all the tools picked up in the car. I don't know if I have this in the other video too, you know, I mean, I'm going to basically just put one of these push button starts, you know, 2 switches, you know, ignition, you know, fans are going to get put on one, and then I'm just going to have a push button to get the car running. Put this other stuff in the interior back together over here and just kind of get everything together. The whole ignition switch is gone and cut off this car. I had to even just slice them to get them off because he didn't even have a key for this thing. The other functions that are going on is I believe the fuel gauge is working now. I mean, I'm thinking, we'll see when I try to go ahead. The customer's already gone ahead and give me the green light to go ahead and wire up the harness how I would typically do it with one of my wiring harnesses. So I'm going to basically make it plug and play to the can lock on the side of the car. And I will go ahead and get into that and show you, but it's kind of weird too. We have like noises coming from the window, but the window doesn't go up and down. I know this is not really part of the video or really going to matter, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to basically roll the windows up and down with a power probe as well in this video. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend all the wiring. I'm going to get that switch panel into where the radio is going to be just so that we can get it out of the way and the car does start and run. If you saw earlier too, I had the battery laying in the engine bay because I thought we were having a ground problem. I already went ahead and put a new ground on there that I will show you guys later when I cut it and clean it up. Battery's back in the trunk as it's supposed to be, and I'm gonna throw all of this shit and all this junk in the back of the car. So I mean, obviously it's kind of sketchy to be driving the car around like that. I'm gonna have to give it a test drive. Car does rev the red line. It's extremely loud. Hopefully I can put some earplugs in because I don't want to blow my goddamn ears out. So let's just keep going. Power steering's in. We do have you know, motion in the steering wheel. It is working as well. I'll kind of go into that too because his power steering lines are dragging on the floor. If you can see right here, they're literally dragging on the floor. So we're gonna have to jack it up and zip tie it. I mean, I'm just gonna kind of get everything cleaned up and get us kind of more going. The air filter should be here on, like, I guess Wednesday or Saturday or something, like this Saturday or this Wednesday. So a couple days. This video should be going up and getting aired up. I'm probably not going to make this into 2 videos. I think I can fit it all in one. Hopefully we can do some rips in the car. I can do a burnout at the end of the video. It'll be really cool. So let me hurry up and get this stuff done. I don't want to spend too much time going into it because there's already been a lot of diagnosis work and stuff in this. It may have to be 2 videos. So let's go jump into it. Hopefully I can get this stuff done. All right, so switch panel is done. I went ahead and cut off the main interior cam connector. that's gonna go ahead and plug in right there. So this is gonna give us all of our power, tack, temp, everything that we're gonna need right here that I'm gonna wire to the correct pin on the ECU here now. We're gonna get it running. I'm gonna try to get tack and temp working on the cluster, and we'll see where we're gonna go from there. So give me a sec. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and see how this is gonna go. I've already test fired it. We have the ECU turning on, the car does run. I sent my buddy a picture of the connector. He went ahead and sent me the OEM pinout on my other phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to wire up the tack and the temp and see where we're gonna go from here. See that right there is a thing of beauty right there. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Woo-wee. I don't know what the hell's going on with this idler bearing, but I mean, hey, fuck it. Let's see a little rev and see how she does. All right, let's see. I'm gonna end up blowing out my goddamn eardrums right now. Hopefully I don't knock over all this crap on the floor. Let's see. Ignition off, as easy as this. One, all back on, neutral. Amazing. Look at that. Alrighty guys, so it's a new day. I'm pretty much done with the S14. Let me go ahead and show you where I'm at, what we're doing right now to finish everything up and tidy it up for the customer before he gets here. We got a few things I'm gonna be throwing in this video very quickly as well, just because we're having a couple other small issues I wanna go ahead and go over and have on record for the customer as well. So give me a second, let me go ahead and put the camera and show you where we're at. So we're starting to look a lot better. I went ahead and just moved all this stuff over here, wired up the alternator, got all the OEM connectors from the OEM S14 harness to get all that stuff done and get that circuit functioning properly. Got interior functions. Obviously, I did show the tack and temp is pretty much done and finished. I got to zip tie a few things here. I went ahead and already fixed the connector here. You can see the MAF connector is just absolute ass and completely destroyed. I don't even want to really send it home like that, even though obviously I could. So I do have two pigtails I have here off harnesses that I kind of already had cut apart and thrown away. I'm gonna try to go ahead and just replace the whole entire thing and solder and shrink wrap all that on. Couple connections, no big deal. Went ahead and threw all his parts in the trunk and actually got this whole fuel pump assembly together and done properly and right. So that's awesome. We still don't have window function. I did notice underneath the dash, which I will kind of show quickly in a bit, but the sensor is unplugged and we are missing the grommet. I believe I may have an OEM Nissan grommet in one of my toolboxes for S14, S13. As you can see, the car is starting to look like a car again. The paneling's all back together. I have a flip switch up in the dash how it's supposed to be. We have all this other stuff together. So pretty freaking cool, man. Maybe we'll get a burnout still, you know, by the end of this video. Not really sure if I'm gonna be able to do it because this video is already super long and I don't want it to be dragging forever, but it would be a cool ending to the video. So let me go ahead and get that connector fixed, get that intake bolted back on, and I'll get into the other small things we gotta finish. So let's go. All right, so MAF connector is all nice and replaced, and everything's been nice and soldered up and shrink wrapped. Connector just goes ahead and pops on, and even, if I can get the sound, clips on now. Yeah, we look good there, so no more janky wiring. Everything's all cleaned up here. Got everything as cleaned up as we can over there. Nothing's hanging in the front now, so we're gonna get underneath the car, pump the gear oil in, get the power steering lines tied up, and then I'm pretty much gonna fire it, take it outside, and just do the final button up, and we're gonna be on our way. Super cool gadget. I've had for a minute to do this. Super awesome, dude. Screw gear oil pumping it in, get yourself an electric pump. It's just so freaking nice, man. All right, so car's outside. Just drove it out here. Let me get the ignition on real quick. We're gonna check for our blinkers. We got no blinkers, so I don't know what's going on with the blinker switch, which means that obviously we're not gonna have anything here, which is fine. We're gonna go ahead and run headlights. See if our headlights turn on. We got one on over here, so that's a good thing. I don't know if this is plugged in or if it even has a bulb. It seems to have a bulb. We'll have to check the fuse on that. But we do have a headlight. The corner lights I don't really necessarily care about. Let's check the back to see if he has back stuff. Cool. We do have some sort of running light on the corners, I guess. Probably missing a bulb back here or something. Probably check that, but we do have light here, as we can see, on the corners. Kind of weird. I think you can normally light up this one as well. And then let's get the brake lights going. Like I was showing earlier on this, underneath here we have 2 switches. This one is for the brake switch, which allows him to have brake lights. And if you look up in here on the back of the pedal, where is it? How can I get a good shot of this? But basically where you push the pedal down, it keeps autofocusing there for some reason. When you push the pedal down, there's no, you see right there where the button is going through? That's why he has no brake lights, I believe, probably what's going on. So let me get this plugged in. I'm assuming his lights are probably staying on. This is really common for S13s and S14s. Probably should have made a second video about this, to be honest. It would have probably done better than putting it into this one, but let me get this plugged in. All right, so we're plugged in. And as we can see, we have the brake light on and actually like lit up on the back. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is lit up. So I'm assuming the brake lights probably don't work. So let me go ahead and drop the brake master off, the 2 bolts, and get a new button in there, and hopefully the lights work properly then. All right, so first thing wrong, I believe, is we're missing a fuse in the fuse box right here, probably for the headlight. We have a number 20 amp. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back together real quick and see if this headlight turns on. Also, this is what you're gonna need to go ahead and fix your OEM Nissan brake switch. When this button actually fails, they're black from factory. They're gonna go ahead and be a new kind of thing for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbolt the master and kind of shove my hand up behind the pedal and try to get this button in there and lock it in place, which should basically make it so that the switch makes contact and then the lights will turn on and off as they're supposed to. So give me a second, we'll see what's up. So I went ahead and put the new button in already. Let me go ahead and see if I can kind of get my phone set up in here so when I hit the switch we can get video of the bulb turning on. Oh, I see one on this side turning on, so that's good. Which means both sides should be turning on. Okay, we got the headlights functional now, so that's good. Like I said in the back, we got a burned bulb, so I think that's why this one, I mean, I guess they do work regardless, even though the bulb does look like it's super freaking burned out. So anyways, cool. Put those back in. I'm gonna real quickly just double check and make sure the alternator's charging. All right, real quick. Yeah, we got 14.2 at the alternator, so we are charging. With the lights on too, it's pretty cool. Customers here, this thing is extremely loud. I'm gonna go ahead and put the hood down. I've already showed them everything that we've done on the car. I'm gonna try to do a little burn ski with the car and hopefully everything doesn't get crazy. I don't run into the fucking wall over here, but he said we're good to go. You know, so go ahead and send it. So give me a second, let me get in the car and we'll give it a try. Another happy customer. Woo woo. Alrighty guys, it's gonna go ahead and conclude our video. That was a lot of fun. What a headache of a car, but hey man, happy customers make me happy. So he's gonna go ahead and load the car on the trailer. Any questions or concerns, anything you guys wanna know about, let me know. Until next time guys, peace.